morning viewers. Meet again with me, Aulia Sandi, in the news this week, which will provide some interesting, subs and reliable information from several regions in Wonogiri district during this week. Let's jump straight to the audience first news. As a result of the COVID-19 case, which is increasing day by day, has an impact one of the bus terminal in Wonogiri district, one of which is the Jatisrona bus terminal.
The current condition of the Jatisrona Wonogiri bus terminal, 8:30 a.m., looks very quiet. This is happening due to the COVID-19 case, which is increasingly increasing in a number. Usually in the bus terminal there are 5 to 6 buses, but currently at the Jatisrona terminal there are only 1 to 2 buses. One intercity bus while the other one bus is the Wonogiri to Jakarta route. Usually the Jatisrona terminal looks very crowded with visitor or passenger. But this time there are only a few who are in terminal, maybe because of the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. The result of COVID patients who are getting more and more day by day. The rate of cure with the rate of increasing COVID cases is almost balanced. This is also very influential on the income earned by bus drivers and agents, and currently only a few passengers are allowed on a bus. According to government recommendation to reduce the crowd, within one bus is only allowed about 50% of the available capacity. Reduction in passenger is not only to reduce the crowd, but there are other factors that cause the lack of passenger, namely ticket selling price, which are getting higher every day. This is followed by prospective passenger and bus agents that ticket price are increasing. There are lots of passenger complaining due to ticket price that are increasing in price. Amanda reports.
Lonely place due to PPKM not only impacted at the Jatisrona bus terminal, but is also impact in the Slogoimo sub-district.
As a result of this COVID-19, there have been many negative impacts that have occurred, but there are also positive impacts that are none other than that we can gather with family and we can also maintain personal hygiene and cleanliness of the place. Whereas there are also many negative impacts that occur here. For example, such as currently COVID-19 is increasing, community activities are decreasing. This can be seen from the condition on the Slogoimo to Purwantoro routes, which are currently observed to be very quiet. The activity of vehicle passing this route is not as busy as usual. In the past, before the existence of COVID-19, various kinds of vehicles were very busy, passing from morning to night. But now the only vehicle that pass are cars and motorbikes. They are not as busy as before. Indeed, COVID-19 has had a very bad effect on the wider community.
Another case with the Jatisrona sub-district and also Slogoimo, which look deserted in a number of places. In public mosque Jatiroto sub-district, it looked like it is crowded with congregation who will carry out Friday prayers.
Saf for the Friday prayer at the Benefit Mosque Jatiroto sub-district is widened by the distance 1 meter between congregation. The distance shedding aims to implement health protocols to prevent the transmission of COVID-19, which is currently increasingly worrying. In addition, with the PPKM police mosque management benefits also limiting the number of congregants. The restriction is in the form of providing a special signs for each congregation participating in the prayers. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the entire community strictly adheres to health protocols in worship. Every congregation who enters the mosque has to go through a number of steps, such as checking body temperature, mandatory wearing a mask, cleaning hands with hand sanitizer, and keeping a distance. Andrea Nova, SKANJA coverage, reports.
We'll move on to more interesting information in a moment. you still with us in the news this week? Viewers, damaged roads temporarily hamper activities in the transportation section, the same as damaged road in Jatipurno sub-district, following coverage.
Jatipurno Narrative, Thursday, 28 January 2021. Damage to the road in Sumenep Hamlet, Tawangrejo Village, Jatipurno Sub-District. Currently, it has not been repaired. Citizens reports say the road damage has been old and has not been repaired from the government. This road damage is caused by high water inside the city when it rains, and is also used as daily transportation access. The residents complained about the damage to public facilities, even though the road was an economic access and education for local residents. This road damage can trigger accidents and threaten the safety of vehicle users when crossing the road. Until now, the local government has no plans to improve the road. Jatipurno, Diasinta, report.
Not only the route, one of the villages in the Sidoarjo sub-district experienced similar thing, namely damaged land.
Heavy rain for one day and one night follows Kelompok village Tembersari Sidoarjo. The rain caused Mrs. Tini corn plant to be damaged and collapse. This heavy rain occurred on Friday, January 29, 2021. The land area owned by Mrs. Tini is about 500 meters. The damage to the corn plant resulted in considerable losses because the costs needed for planting were quite large, such as buying fertilizer, plant vitamin, and others. Even corn farmers, on average, will not get any profit if the weather is like this. However, Mrs. Tini tries to sort out the corn plant that can still be sold or consumed by herself. It is true that now is the season for cotton and peanut harvest, but uncertain weather conditions have resulted in some farmers experiencing losses due to crop failure.
Landslide, natural disaster occurred in Gemawang Hamlet, Penggolo village. Landslide occurred due to high rainfall.
Thursday, January 28, 2021, in Gemawang Hamlet, Penggolo village, landslide occurred due to heavy rains that never stop. Landslide often occur in this hamlet because the terrain is too steep. The land from the rise of the landslide makes the road slippery. Therefore, the people of Gemawang Hamlet do community service after the landslide so as not to harm the people passing the road. Until now, there has been no response from the government to address the problem of landslide that often occur when rainy season comes. The hope of local government residents to immediately overcome landslides so as not to endanger the surrounding community.
We turn to information about development in Wonogiri district. Talu development to minimize the occurrence of landslide occur in the Gemawang Hamlet, Penggolo village, Jatiroto sub-district. Here's the information for you.
In Gemawang Hamlet, Penggolo village, there is a talud construction that was formerly a landslide. The landslide was caused due to high rainfall in Penggolo village, so that the land on the side of the road could not withstand the heavy flow of water. Talut construction was carried out so the additional landslide did not occur in the local area. Talut development was carried out on January 28 to 29, 2021. This development was also assisted by the village who live in the area of the landslide along with the hamlet's neighbor. Talut is targeted for completion soon so that it can be passed again for vehicle traffic passing through the route. In this area of Brenggolo village, landslides have often occurred due to the high rainfall lately, and the construction of Talut is also one of the ways to prevent additional landslide from occurring. Local residents are advised to always be careful when driving around the incident area.
TNI Manunggal builds a village, or what is often called TMMD, which will be held in the village of Brenggolo Jatiroto Sub-District, is currently preparing for the TMMD village apparatus, and its citizens are very enthusiastic about this activity.
In the continued active development of the MMD in the village of Brenggolo, Jatiroto Sub-District, on Monday, January 25, 2021, the management of the Brenggolo village and the people of Kemawang Hamlet are currently helping to shorten the development time by the TNI by building culverts and waterways. This is done so development can be completed according to target. The TNI Manunggal Building Village Program, or TMMD, regular 110 years 2021 Wonogiri Kodim, will be implemented in Kemawang Hamlet, Brenggolo Village, Jatiroto Sub-District, Wonogiri Regency, which are located in hamlets directly adjacent to East Java Province, namely Tempel Hamlet, Village Pakis, Sub-District Nawangan, Pacitan. With the TMMD program, Dandim hopes that it will facilitate and expedite access to transportation in order to improve the welfare of the community, as well as increase the acceleration of regional development and create unity between the TNI and the people.
We'll go to next information in a moment.
Land that has the potential for agriculture can produce high-quality crops as well as a lot of agricultural crop production. Reporting from the official website of the Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Indonesia, plants will grow well if they are on land or suitable planting media as well as plant care, which are well managed. Land has high potential if the land has several components which support. As what was done by a residential man, one of the residents in the North Keron village, Sidoarjo Sub-District, Wonogiri Regency. Those who use 3 hectares of land for planting sengon trees. Not only sengon land, it is also planted with other types of plants, such as chili, orange, avocado, ground yam, peanuts, papaya, longan, and also corn. The resident man took care of the land, was assisted by his son named Indro. The sengon tree that was planted has now been 2 years of planting. SKANJA coverage reports.
Who doesn't know cashew nuts? Besides the fruit which can be used as a food ingredient, but the contents can also be used as a snack. Are you curious? Following the information for you.
Cashew nuts are the seeds of the cashew fruits. In Indonesia, this guava is also commonly known as cashew. Cashews have a lot of nicknames. Whatever terms are used actually are the same, namely cashew nuts. Uniquely, even though they are known as cashew nuts, actually this plant is not a member of guava or nuts, but is closer to mango. Cashew nuts are also one of the most famous culinary raw materials are usually used for gullo, which are sap-like seeds. Usually the processing of cashew is processed by drying and frying for making various kinds of food. In the village of Kalianom, Slogodat North, Jatipurno Sub-District, there is one resident who is a cashew nuts entrepreneur, says Mrs. Leah. She started a cashew nuts entrepreneurship about 5 years ago. Says market cashew product per kilogram thrive on online shop, normally marketplace. From this effort, her in 1 month get a profit of around 1 to 2 million rupees. Cashew are obtained from the distribution of cashew nuts from local residents. Cashew nuts used are high quality cashew, normally big, white, and clean cashew. However, during the rainy season like now, cashew shells production has decreased. Frikita SKANJA coverage reports.
This information as well as the closing of our meeting in the news this week. I am Aulia Sandi and the crew on duty have resigned. Goodbye.